Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. The goal of this channel is to get you in that 10% of people that make money in crypto. Because 90% lose money. And we're here to change that. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about what to expect over the next couple of days. We have a holiday weekend. So I want to talk about that, and hopefully it will help you get a strategy for the next 3 to 4 days. So hit the like button. Let's dive into it. Now we've had a pretty good week so far. Bitcoin's still holding really strong right now. It's at 1097, something like that. And it is holding strong. The altcoins are not holding as strong as Bitcoin. So remember, guys, in my opinion, we are not in altcoin season. So if something happens to Bitcoin over the weekend and it crashes, the odds are altcoins are going to follow even harder. So the reason I mention that is if you can grab a handful in this pump, you might want to think about it. Hopefully you already have. I've been shorting Bitcoin, doing well. All right, it's Memorial Day weekend, like I said. Happy Memorial Day, guys. Now, this is what I'm looking at. The Dow's down, the Nasdaq's down, the S&P is down. So I don't see a lot of people wanting to run out of, if they're not going into the stock market, they're not going to go into altcoins. They could roll into Bitcoin, but I think it's going to be a very quiet weekend. But I definitely could be wrong. So let's talk about if I'm wrong. Now, what I'm looking at, guys, and this is what I always look at, is where was the huge activity? And that's what this shows you right here. This is the volume of what was going on when these things were pumping. And if you look at this blue line, that's basically the support from the last two all-time highs, right? Which we just took out. Now, the price is actually up in here, which is about where we are right now. But those were wicks, guys. There wasn't a lot of buying in the last two highs a couple of weeks ago. So what I'm looking at and thinking is we are going to, no matter what, in my guesstimation, is we're going to pull back and probably try to sweep this liquidity around between 103 and about 106. Now 106 would be real good support between 106 and 108, 109. That would be a good range to start building a floor. But we don't have a lot of liquidity. We didn't have a lot of action. So if we go back and we look here of the last bull run or the last all-time high that we just took out, guys, that's where the liquidity is. So I expect us to bounce back down and take some of that liquidity. Now, let me show you what the range I really expect over the weekend. Now, remember, I can't imagine Wall Street running into altcoins or Bitcoin for the weekend. They're taking off. There's no ifs and buts about it. But if you look at these heat map, this liquidation map, guys, which I'm telling you, this is a game changer for me. Look at all this liquidity. This right here is just about what $1,025, $1,200, 1,500 max sweeps this liquidity from where we are right now. So I expect them to come get that liquidity, guys. This is guys on 100x leverage at 140 million market, $140 million of liquidity that they can sweep. That's just right there. They could keep going. Or they could sweep over here, and that's about 69 million of liquidity if they can go over in here. So they can go either way. But my thoughts are, okay, the stock market is down. The momentum has slowed down a lot for Bitcoin, even though it's holding strong. Uh, the stock market did not like the announcement about the tariffs with Apple, but he could change and go, hey, we worked something out this weekend, and everything explodes in the overseas and overnights trading. Everyone could roll into crypto. Anything can happen. But instead of rambling on, I want to be clear of what I expect. I really expect that Bitcoin is going to bounce between, I don't think it's going to make a new all-time high, a new all-time high. I think it might go between like 111 and back down to 103, anywhere in there. The odds are we're going to start building some support, uh, around say 106, and I would say between 103 and 106 would be where I would suspect we start to build, or 103 to 109, back and forth, and go sideways. However, being low liquidity, there could be some big boys moving this market around over the holidays on very low liquidity, especially in the altcoins. I'm mainly talking about the altcoins. They can easily move those markets. So if if you get a big pump, if we get a big pump in the next 3 days, you might want to take some profits. I'll personally be going short and taking a little bit of profit off the table because I've already taken some and I don't have a lot more that I want to go ahead and take. But I have some dry powder. Now, if we pull back hard for some reason, get some weird wicks, I might be a buyer at that time. But for me, I'm going to hold tight, see how we look after the holidays. But yeah, I highly recommend, guys, if your altcoins start to pump, you might want to grab a handful. And if we somehow on that low liquidity, they just crash some of your favorite altcoins, you might want to start dollar cost averaging in if you need to fill your bags. Something along that, guys. But I don't expect Bitcoin to make a new all-time high over these holidays and hold it again. If it does, which I hope it does, I will be taking profits from my altcoins and I will be going short on Bitcoin. I've already shorted successfully Bitcoin 3 different times in the last couple of days. I know a lot of people don't understand why I did that and they think it's actually really risky, but I don't see that it's risky because I short the pump, not the retracement. See, a lot of people are going to would probably went short right here thinking it's going to pull back and because of that big wick and it broke that support right there. No, I don't do that. I short it on the way up when it's pumping and the liquidity and the or when the volume starts to die. Don't need to get into that. But anyway, guys, if you need some help with your portfolio, need someone to look at your portfolio, answer your questions, teach you about tokenomics and market cap, and helping you get a strategy and a game plan, I have 3 Zoom call service. I have a portfolio package with 1 Zoom call. We do the same thing. It's 18 videos for you to walk yourself through, which I think is the best way to do it. And then I have a shorting course, which I think everyone should learn to short. And I have a new inner circle. So if you have some interest in getting some help with your portfolio, guys, reach out. I'll leave a link down below. That being said, guys, it's go time. Pay attention, stay focused. What happens in the next, 3 to 5, 7 months is going to maybe change your entire success for this bull run, and it may even change your life. I truly believe that. But you got to have a game plan. Don't play it by ear, and make sure you're taking profits along the way, or you're going to become the profits. All right. Don't mean to ramble on, but guys, have a good holidays. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Hit the like button and come back and be part of this community. All right. Take care, guys.